Hey, Jeff! You'll never guess what. I just got a great wedding gift from Jessica.
Hey, Sarah. Did you really? Well, what did she get you?
Well, since Jessica works at a beauty parlor, she was able to get me this really nice looking hair dryer. It's really great and I really love it. My hair will be so soft and silky smooth now. When we finally move into our new place together, you can use it too if you want.
When we move into our new place together?
Yeah, Jeff. You know, after our wedding, when we're going to be moving in together, aren't we? I know that we've been pretty busy and that we haven't been able to get around to that yet, but...
Oh, yeah, right. Well, man, you know what? I actually really don't feel so good all of a sudden.
Oh, really? Geez, what, are you okay? Well, you did end up going out with a couple of friends last night, didn't you? Could it be that you're hungover or something?
No, it isn't that. I've just been doing a lot of thinking lately, that's all.
Oh, I see. And what is it that you've been thinking about?
I've just been wondering about if it would be harder for us to go out like that once we get married. And thinking about it just made me feel a little bit lonely is all. Lonely and down.
Well, sure, but it's not like we have kids or anything like that just yet. Besides, if you're just going to be going out and drinking with friends and stuff, then it should be fine, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you probably wouldn't like it if I was leaving the house and going out all the time, right?
Well, yeah, if you were always busy and out of the house, then I'd be upset, to be honest. But going out every now and then is just fine. I mean, I'll also want to hang out with my friends too, of course.
Yeah, but once we get married, then we won't have the freedom that we used to have. Do you know what I mean? And then once we have kids, things will get even worse and more restrictive. Oh man, this whole thing is really going to suck.
But I'm saying that we won't have to worry about kids for a while. There's no rush and plenty of time.
But still, it makes me sad just thinking about it. I guess I'm just thinking too much about all the things that I'm used to doing that I won't be able to do anymore.
Hey, Jeff, you're not getting cold feet now, are you? We are about to get married after all. You okay?
Well, I guess I'm just feeling a little bit nervous about everything right now is all. Yeah, that's probably it.
I understand how you're feeling. I'll be sad about having to move away from my parents too, you know? But there will be lots of people coming all this way just to see us. So we should at least put on a happy face for the wedding, okay?
I know. I'll do what I have to.
Jeff, are you sure you're okay? You're not having any regrets, are you? About the marriage, that is.
No, of course not. No regrets here.
Are you sure?
And how could you even think of asking me that? Don't you trust me, Sarah?
Well, it's just that you sometimes get really excited about the idea of doing something, but when it comes to actually doing it, you can really lose your motivation really easily. I was just wondering if you were having regrets about getting married all of a sudden.
But I'd be an asshole if I backed out of it now. Or at least that's probably what everyone would be thinking of me.
To be honest, the timing of it wouldn't look that great on you, yeah?
Exactly. But it'll all be okay. I'm just a bit nervous. That's it.
Well, okay. I really do hope that's all it is.
Anyways, I am looking forward to this wedding.
Hello, I am so sorry for texting so early, but do you happen to know where Jeff is? Oh, Sarah, why'd you ask? Did that boy run off somewhere? Well, I just can't seem to get a hold of him is all. Oh my, that Jeff. He's always been so hard to pin down. I mean, honestly, it's one thing to avoid your own mother, but if you can't even get in contact with him, well, I'm just sorry about all of this, dear. It's not a problem. I'm just a little worried about Jeff is all. You know, whenever my Jeff gets obsessed with something, he has a tendency to just disappear from the world. I imagine he's probably just absorbed in some video game or something silly like that. Well, there have been other times where I haven't been able to get in contact with him for 2 or 3 days at a time, but this time it just feels different. It's been 5 days since I last talked to him. 5 days? You think that's strange too, right? I was beginning to wonder if I should reach out to the police. Hold on. I just talked to Jeff 2 days ago. He's supposed to help me into the dress the day of the wedding. I messaged him to confirm the time. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that he was doing that. Then I guess that means he must be all right after all. But then I wonder why he isn't responding to my messages. Do you think he's been acting strange lately? Or did you two get into a fight? No, we haven't been fighting or anything like that. I did get the sense that he might have been starting to get cold feet, though. I swear, that boy can be so wishy-washy. It's a bit shameful, if I'm honest. Well, I completely understand why he might be a bit nervous. I'm also sad to be leaving my parents. But you're his fiance, and you're saying that you two haven't talked in such a long time. He still won't respond to you, even if you message him on WhatsApp? Yeah, the messages aren't even being marked as read anymore. Oh, just what the hell is that kid up to? I knew it. Something did happen. I tried to check in on him at his apartment, but when I got there, it looked like no one was home. And you don't have a key to his place? He would never give me one. He doesn't seem to like it when people barge into his space unannounced. Even though you two are getting married, he hasn't given you a key to his place? Oh, what should I do? Could you try and get in touch with him for me, please? Oh, I will. And when I do, I will be sure to give him such a talking to. Oh, that boy. Well, for now, I'd just really like to know whether he's safe or not. That's the only thing I care about, really. Oh, you are such a sweetheart, Sarah, really. I cannot believe my good-for-nothing son has such a sweet fiancé worrying about him. You really ought to set him straight, too.
Hello, Sarah. Are you there?
Jeff? Is that really you? Jeff, oh my god, where the hell have you been? I couldn't get in touch with you. I was getting worried.
No, I'm afraid this isn't Jeffrey.
You're not Jeffrey? I'm sorry, who am I speaking to?
This is his mother. This would just be a moment, dear. Unfortunately, poor Jeff is in a coma and it's very, very serious.
He's in a coma?
Yes, in a coma. He was hit by a car. So, if you could please be so kind as to cancel the wedding. In this state, it would only bring you pain and misery to be with my boy now. So, go on. Forget about my son and go find your own happiness out there, dear. It'll be hard, but I know if anyone can do it, you can, Sarah.
Are you really sure you're his mother?
Of course I am. And as Jeffy's mother, I thought that I had to be the one to tell you all about this terrible tragedy. So you don't need to worry about calling or coming here ever again. Just forget all about us and move on with your life, dear. It's really for the best.
But I'm Jeff's mother.
I beg your pardon?
I'm saying that I'm Jeff's mother, Sophia.
Excuse me? Just what kind of game do you think you were playing? Why in the world would I be with Sarah?
Oh, so you don't believe me. In that case, how about we talk about how you kept peeing the bed until you were 12? Or we can think back to the time that you stuffed a Lego so far up your nose that we had to take you to the hospital. I know that is you on the other side of this, Jeff. What the hell do you think you're doing, honestly?
Wait, Mom, why are you with Sarah?
The poor dear came crying to me about how she couldn't get in contact with you no matter what she tried. She was so worried that she came all the way here to see your father and I. She thought that if there was anyone in the world you might call, it would probably be your parents.
I'm sorry. She did all that?
Jeffrey, do you not realize that you're the bad guy in all of this? Just what was it that you were trying to pull right now? What do you think you were doing, pretending to be me and trying to break off your own wedding?
Relax, Mom. It was just a joke.
You're a worm, Jeffrey.
I'm a worm? Mom, you can't say that. I'm your son.
And such a pathetic one at that. I heard all about how you dropped off the grid and began ignoring Sarah once you started to get cold feet about the wedding. How could you, Jeffrey? How could my own act so cowardly?
But Mom, I'm really scared. I was just feeling like things were really going to change after we got married. And I was scared that I might end up losing my freedom once it happened.
Of course your life changes when you get married. Did you really propose to Sarah without ever once considering that? I am so ashamed of you right now. I can't even bear the thought of facing Sarah or her parents. How could you have done this?
Well, I thought that if I broke the wedding off this way, it would spare her feelings. If I had just called off, then Sarah would have been crushed. I would never want to do that. So really, I was just doing all of this for her sake. Do you see where I'm coming from?
You're a real piece of work. Did you know that? I'm handing the phone over to Sarah, and you better apologize to her right now. This is Sarah?
Please, you've got to understand.
Tell me, Jeff, what is it that I have to understand?
It's not you, it's me. And I'm just too scared to get married.
And so I should just forgive you, just like that? We just caught you trying to lie to me, as your own mother.
But I only did it because I thought it would be for the best. I did it all for you. I thought that if I just told you that I didn't want to get married, that it would hurt your feelings.
And you thought that this wouldn't do exactly that? What makes me the most angry, however, isn't the lying or the dragging your feet. It's that you really thought that I was the type of woman to fall for this crap.
Well, I didn't know you and my mom were so close.
Even if we do break off our wedding, did you really think that we were dating all this time and I had never once bothered to go and meet your parents? I go over to visit them all the time. And that's how we found you out, you idiot.
Well, anyways, I would like to call off the wedding.
Oh, trust me, the feeling is very, very mutual. Go on then, cancel the wedding, Jeff.
Are you serious, Sarah? Thank you so much. Oh, you big time. You don't even know what you're doing for me. Thank you.
But only if you explain things to all our parents.
Don't really have to. After all, my mom already knows, so...
But my parents don't, Jeff. I'm going to gather all our parents together, and then you are going to give them a proper explanation of what's going on. I think you can at least handle that much, don't you?
Wait, are you being serious right now?
You can thank your mom for all of this, by the way. She told me I was being much too kind to you, so I decided that would change. Hey, you said that you needed to go to the bathroom over 15 minutes ago. Wow, did you seriously run away just now?
Sarah, there's no way I was staying there. This is way too much for me to deal with. I can't take it anymore. My mom is already pissed, but my dad is practically ready to tear me limb from limb. If I stayed there, I'd be a dead man. You have to understand, please.
But you do know that you're just making things worse by running away, don't you? Especially with your dad. He really looks like he's ready to explode.
Yeah, that sounds like him. My dad has always had such a short fuse. What am I supposed to do? Sarah, you already said we could cancel the wedding, so can't we just end things here and be done with it all? There's no point in dragging this out any longer than it has to be.
Oh, of course, I completely agree with you. There's not even a microscopic part of me left that would ever in a million years want to marry you now, Jeff.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. So let's just end things here. What's even the point of bringing in our parents when this is something private that should be taken care of just between the two of us?
I hear you. If you want all of this done and over with, all you have to do is return the money we've put into the wedding on top of all the money I've ever lent you. And I do mean all of it.
But you want that money back?
Yeah, that's what I just said, isn't it?
And you want all of it back?
It really has built up over all this time, hasn't it? How much do you think it's at now? At first, I didn't mind because, of course, I figured we'd be getting married. But now, I'll be needing all of it back after the wedding is canceled.
Sarah, that's not fair. He knows how much that amount is by now. It has got to be something huge. You know damn well that I don't have that kind of money.
By my calculations, I think it's fair to say that you owe me at least $50K, don't you? Though I doubt you could afford that with your measly paychecks.
Wait. Just hold on a sec.
No, I don't think I will. Tell me, do you really want your parents even angrier with you than they are now? Because I'm showing them all of these messages just so you know.
Please, Sarah. We don't need to be doing all of this. The main issue is canceling the wedding, right? That's what we should be focusing on. We're not even married, so why can't we just break up and call it off? Everyone is overreacting to all of this. Why can't you just see my side of things?
Do you know how much money and effort I've put into this relationship up until now? We are well past being able to sneak out of this just because it's before the wedding. Besides, the real issue at hand is that you tried to trick me with your pathetic little lie.
But I told you, Sarah. I only lied because I was trying to protect you. I promise that that's what I was doing.
Well, it did not feel that way to me in the slightest. I only feel like I was lied to by you. Not only that, but I feel like my parents were lied to by you.
But
what is it that you don't understand about this? You really aren't even worth the effort, are you? Do you know that you're making your own mother cry? How can you live with yourself?
where the hell am I supposed to get 50K from? Everyone already knows that I don't make that much.
That's perfectly all right. Your dad said that he would help you with that problem.
Did he really actually say that? You sure that that's what he said?
That's right, his words.
That's my dad. Even after all this, he's still going to come through for me.
He said he'd be shipping you off to work at that company your relatives own. He said that they have lots of night shifts and it would be a good way for you to pay back everything you owe me through some honest, hard work.
He said what?
And he told me to tell you that you better pay back all that money, even if it takes your whole life to do so. By the way, they're going to be taking away your phone and your wallet. And since the company is located on a remote island, there will be no chance of escaping. You will never, ever be free until you have paid me back every single cent of what you owe me.
Wait, you can't be serious about this. This is ridiculous. My parents wouldn't do all that to their own son, would they? This is impossible. It can't be happening.
Well, if they didn't, then you would just run away again. Isn't that right, Jeff? Your dad really did think of the best way to make sure that you paid everything back without being able to cut and run like you normally would.
But that company belongs to one of my uncles. I heard they do some kind of construction on the coast of some tiny little island somewhere. They would never seriously make me work there, right?
I know, isn't it great? Your dad is doing so much thinking ahead for you. You should feel so lucky. By the way, he said that you leave on Wednesday. Good luck with the new job.
This Wednesday? I leave that soon?
Well, I do want my money back as soon as possible, after all. And your dad said I wouldn't have to wait all that long, so I really am grateful.
But they can't just ship me off to some tiny little island. There's no way I could handle that, not in a million years. And on top of that, I won't even be able to see my friends before I leave.
Well, it's already been decided, so tough. Man, you really can be so stubborn sometimes, you know that? Don't worry, me and your mom will tell all your friends about what happened to you. And all the things you did that landed you on your tiny little island. Your friends will know all about it.
But you don't even know any of my friends' numbers.
Well, we'll just use your phone then, since your parents will be taking it from you anyways, that is.
But you don't even know who my friends are on my phone.
Well, you are on Facebook, aren't you? Maybe I'll just make a new post and let everyone know all at once.
Please, no. Then people who have nothing to do with this at all will know all about it. Stop this.
Oh, what's the matter? Everyone might know your dirty little secret. But who cares? It's not like you'll be seeing any of them anytime soon while you're off working to pay off your debts.
I'm begging you, please stop.
It's too late for that. Your mom told me I had to put you in your place, and so now I am. Enjoy your life on the island. Jeff never returned home that day. His parents began to search desperately for him everywhere. Then, one day, I suddenly got a secret message from an acquaintance who will go unnamed. They told me that they had found where Jeff was staying. He had gone to crash at the home of one of his buddies from high school. This acquaintance, however, thought that Jeff wasn't looking so good and ended up making a call to his parents. Well, Jeff's dad rushed right over to where his son was staying and dragged him all the way back home. One of the first things his parents had done was to sell all of his belongings, but that wasn't enough to cover even a sixth of the amount that Jeff still owed me. So, after all of that, he was finally shipped off to that island to work for his uncle's company. And if he can't raise the money he needs to pay me back, there's no way that he'll ever make it back to New York. Since both his phone and his wallet were taken from him, escape from the island is impossible for Jeff. He did some awful things just to preserve his freedom, and now he is trapped on an island with no means of escape. Life can be kind of funny like that. As for me, well, of course, I was in a bit of a shock at first, but now I'm doing my best to just forget all about Jeff. So, to all those people out there who are engaged and waiting to be wed, I say this. If a few days before your wedding your fiance starts acting weird, you better watch out. However, I really do hope that no one else would ever do anything as stupid as what Jeff did.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.